Hi guys, it's Tab here. Hope you're all keeping well. Yes, it's time for another quick video. Wanted to be out and about today filming. Alas, the weather said no. So it's a quick one in the study, but it doesn't matter where I film this. The information is going to be the same and hopefully a benefit to you. What is that information, I hear you ask? Well, it is all about the McLaren market right now, and specifically the used market. Yes, if you're in the market right now for McLaren, please do have a watch of this. Hopefully it's going to provide you with some pointers about where you might consider putting that hard-earned cash of yours if you're after a McLaren. For those of you that do follow the channel, you will know that I'm a huge McLaren fanatic. They are brilliant cars. If you haven't driven one yet, what are you doing? What are you doing? Get out there and drive one. They're absolutely phenomenal cars, believe me. And there's quite a lot of selection out there at the moment. I did a video on this topic last year and the situation has changed massively since then. A huge shift in the market, a lot of factors influencing that, and we'll look at those as part of this video. So let's start at the very bottom here, and I say very bottom, it's not a bad thing. There's no bottom in McLaren, it's just the lowest in the range. 570S, and I know there's a 540C, but I just don't bother with that one. I don't think anyone does. What was the point in the 540C? But 570S is the car right now. And in the UK market, on Auto Trader, yes, I appreciate it's Auto Trader, but it's a pretty good gauge of the UK market in terms of cars available. There are 73 cars available, which is a significant amount. So you've got a lot of choice out there if you're looking at a 570S. Why are there so many available though? They're such great cars. Why doesn't everyone own them? Why are they all being sold? Well, there's a couple of factors I think influencing that right now. And the first of those is back in 2019, McLaren, along with Santander Finance, were providing some very attractive, very lucrative offers for those of you interested in a McLaren. I was one of those people that signed up for these. And of course, those leases are just expiring now. So people are now looking to shift these cars on. And that's why you're seeing a bit of a glut. And you could point a finger at McLaren here saying, well, they potentially create a situation which has flooded the market and obviously had a negative impact on the values. Yeah, you could say that is slightly inevitable when you provide such good offers in the first place. But don't forget that car. That car is still brilliant bang for buck. If we look at the prices here, the cheapest I saw on Auto Trader was £78,000. £78,000 for that car, which is just insane. Now, I would be going over that car with a very fine tooth comb. Obviously very important to ensure it's good and correct. Not got service history, walk away. If it's suffering from any aluminium corrosion on any of those panels, walk away because you're out of warranty as well. I think it's one of the earliest cars, 2016 maybe. But just think about that car, that bang for buck ability. It is absolutely insane. Plenty of cars, good cars around the £80,000, £90,000 mark. So the market has really taken a shift down, and it's not just those finance deals coming to an end. It is the economic situation as a whole. And I can hear you kind of saying, well, if you've got money from McLaren, you don't worry about the economy, right? Because you can afford everything. Well, not necessarily. You've still got to consider things like the base rate, 2.25 now, it is ticking up. That has an impact on car finance deals as well. People might have slightly less money than they did before. Maybe not as willing to commit to something like that as they did before. There's plenty of people who run their own businesses that are struggling at the moment just due to the situation. So, just because you're looking at that area of the market doesn't mean you're out of the woods. Now, the proper hypercar level of the market, the £1 million, £2 million cars, I don't think that's ever going to be affected because those go to the billionaires that really do not care about money. But at this kind of level, people do want to consider their purchases a little bit. So that's just something to bear in mind here. But if you're a buyer right now, it is massively attractive, the market. There are so many options available and you can definitely get your hands on something that you want. Now, the 570s that go up to 134k on Auto Trader. Appreciate that there might be more cars for sale privately, but outside of Auto Trader, but 134k for a Spider, which is cheap. Now, when I did this video at this time, well, it wasn't this time last year, but last year, the values were a lot higher. The values were a lot stronger. So you are seeing an impact of the situation right now, having a negative impact on the market prices of McLarens, and they're going for a song right now. But if you're looking at McLaren at the top end of that spectrum, so sort of 134k, a 720S maybe. Sorry, just gave the next bit away. If you're looking at a 570S at that level, why not consider a 720S? Yes, because for me right now, that is the sweet spot in terms of bang for buck ability. if I was looking at a McLaren right now, I would be looking at a 720S. There's 70 available, the cheapest of which is 139k. 139k for a car with 720 Förderstärken. That is bonkers. These cars look brilliant. They're a level up from the 570S, wider, meaner looking. They've got that air, that active aero at the back, which is so cool to watch when you're out and about. It is next level of car. And just try looking at the equivalent, maybe an F8 Tributo. Try getting your hands on one of those for 139 grand. No chance. Absolutely no chance right now. So just consider that from a McLaren perspective. If you're looking at a McLaren and you're looking at the top end of a 570, the 720Ss go all the way up to 269k right now, because obviously there's still new ones coming to market because there's still stock available. People still getting deliveries of those, but it is a phenomenal car and definitely one I'd consider. Next up is, of course, the 765 LT. Now, the list of those is about 283-ish K. Don't quote me on that. Around about there, I think. But you're seeing some cars that are pretty much at list now. There was none trading for at list on Auto Trader. 13 cars available, and they do go up to a hideous 400k right now plus, because very sought after cars, and some of those have been specced out to the max. So it's very interesting to see you can get your hands on one of those, because they're supposed to be absolutely brilliant cars. Now, next up is the one that everyone talks about. Everyone talks about this one, and it is the 675 LT. And why do they always mention this? Blogs talk about it. Owners that I've spoken to who have them, who have maybe a collection of McLarens, still say the 675 LT is the one. If they had to keep one, it's the one they keep. Always the 675 LT. Only 9 of those available in the UK right now. And the cheapest is 200k still for a 2015, 2016 car. So these cars are old now, and they go up to 322k price on Auto Trader, which is a significant investment, and just goes to show you how well these cars have held on to their value because of the reputation and scarcity of them. There's not very many available. This is when the limited runs really were truly limited, and lots of people really do love these cars. Lots of owners say it's still one of the best cars they've ever driven. So if you're looking for a safe bet in terms of your McLaren money, and you have that level of money right now, I don't think you can go wrong with a 675 LT or a 765 LT. I think, the limited availability of those and the bonkersness of them is going to ensure that the value stays strong for a significant time. One car I haven't spoken about yet is, of course, the Artura. People are starting to take delivery of these cars in the UK. Seen some out and about on the road, which is great. And I have test driven one, albeit slowly in Woking traffic, so not a proper test drive. I want to get out properly in it, but it is a phenomenal car. And I'm really excited about this. I think once they start to get out there into the market and people start to provide feedback on them, they're going to really accelerate in terms of the sales here, because it's just a brilliant car. Now, will I take the plunge? Very possibly, yes. I do want to get a proper test drive and just want to kind of see what happens with the market for those going forward, how they hold their value, which is obviously very important when you're considering a purchase like that. I think and I hope they will do pretty well, because it is a fantastic car. So that's a quick market update. To summarise, there is a lot of choice out there for you, a significant choice if you're looking at a 570 or a 720 McLaren. Both great cars, both absolutely brilliant cars, and provided you get a good one, you will not be disappointed, I guarantee it. So just do your homework, ensure you've got one that's right, look at a few and consider the options that are available on that specific car. Mine was pretty base spec. Having a base spec one isn't great for resale value. It's always good to get your hands on one that's had a few boxes ticked, right? So just consider that as well as a bit of advice. But McLaren, phenomenal cars. If you do get one, props, kudos to you. I hope you enjoy it. That's it for this one. Quick market update. Do take care, stay well, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.